everybody, so I hope you're well and having a super lovely day today. So basically I got asked to share with you what I would recommend buying from Disneyland Paris, and I also thought that I would combine this with basically all of my tips and tricks for Disneyland. So that's accommodation, tickets, fast passes, food, everything like that. So I thought I combined it into one giant Disneyland Paris fun-filled video. I really hope you guys enjoy and carry on watching. In terms of what I recommend to buy, there's only a few things if I'm honest. For one, it's ears. Ears are what I really enjoy spending my money on. It just depends on what you personally want to spend your money on, but for me it's all about the ears and it's all about the pins. So this is my lanyard from my last trip and I bought all of these pins in one go. So yeah, I absolutely love pins and I love ears. That's what I would recommend. I can make a whole video on this, but to be honest with you, it just depends on what you personally want to get out of your holiday and what you like to buy. So for me, it's all about the ears. So now moving on to all my tips and tricks. I have roughly about 11 of them to share with you, so without further ado, I'm going to jump right in. The first one is for you to take your own snacks. Now, I'm not being funny, snacks in Disneyland cost an arm and a leg, and sometimes you just want something quick and easy and on the go, and you don't want to spend €5 on something. So what I would do is take a lot of snacks in with you, whether that's you buying them out of the park but still in Paris, or you even bring them from home. I take mine from home. I go and do a little Tesco shop before I go, and I take basically half a suitcase of just snacks, and that means then if I take cereal bars, I don't necessarily need to have a big breakfast, or I'll take crisps or chocolates or sweets or stuff like that. You can't really take too much in terms of healthy food. I tend to take a lot of unhealthy food, but healthy food wise, I'll take cereal bars, I'll take mints and stuff. Like, I'll just try and take a good mixture of everything just to keep me going for the few days that I'm there, so that I don't have to spend all my money on snacks, because they do cost a lot of money. My next tip would be for you to take layers, and that does obviously depend on what time of year you're going, but I've been in November, October and January, all of which have been freezing, so I would definitely take a few layers. I am off in April, so I don't really know what the weather's going to be like, but if you've been in April, please let me know, because I have no idea what to pack. But definitely take layers, because it saves you getting too hot in like thick clothes, but it means you can take some off, put some on. It's kind of common sense, but definitely pack with layers, because that is definitely the mistake I made the first time. My next tip is to stay off site. Now, hotel wise, I've been to the Radisson Blu, and I think it was the Euphoria, or was it somewhere else? Explorer and Radisson Blu, and both hotels were really good, both off site, both had transportation to the parks. However, one of them only took us to the parks after 9 AM, so you'd miss an hour or an hour and 15 minutes of the magic hours, so definitely look into those things before you go. But to be honest with you, Disney hotels are amazing, but just go in an affiliate hotel, it saves you maybe a third of the price and it's just as nice. So I would definitely stay off site from now on. My next tip is, if you're going for more than 4 days in the year, is to get yourself an annual pass. Now, I've got the Magic Plus pass, which is basically discount on food, discount on merchandise, and it basically gives you magic hours, so really good. I've also got myself a photo pass as well, of which I imagine you would get discount if you had an annual pass, so got us one of those, and me and Holly just share that, so we both have the photos. But I would definitely recommend an annual pass, especially if you're going to the parks for more than 4 days of the year, because any more than that, a normal ticket basically costs the same anyway. So I would get yourself an annual pass, 100%. My next tip would be to go in school time. Now, I have basically been to Disneyland twice in school time and twice in holiday time. In the holiday time, it is absolutely rammed and so busy that it's very hard to go on any of the rides. Now, I know that a lot of people work in terms of in term time they're at work, and in half term time they're on holiday, so sometimes you can't help it. But if you've got the choice of either, definitely go while the kids are at school, because the park will be about half as empty and you can go on as many rides as you want, because when it's busy, you basically go on maybe one ride a day. It is absolutely ridiculous. So if you can, go while the kids are at school, because you will save yourself so much time queuing. It's ridiculous. So yeah. My next tip would be to make sure that you are taking advantage of the fast pass system. You can get 2 fast pass tickets a day, and it's definitely worth it, because to be honest with you, queuing for rides is probably one of the most things I hate in life. I hate queuing. I find it so boring. Apart from when I'm with Holly, we have a little chat, but we both hate queuing. We're both impatient. So definitely make use of the fast pass system. And if you don't know what it is, it's basically where you go up, you scan your ticket, you get a fast pass of a time, you have like half an hour where you can go on that ride, and it just saves so much queuing, so definitely get yourself a fast pass. My next tip would be to make sure you are making use of the extra magic hours. So for people that can use extra magic hours, that's people with annual passes or people that are staying in Disney hotels. So you can go into the parks at 8 AM, whereas to the public it opens at 10. So you have a 2-hour time slot that you can go absolutely mad in the parks and go on as many rides as you possibly can fit in those 2 hours. And sometimes me and Holly do struggle to get up at that time, I'm not gonna lie. Like on our third day we're usually asleep until about 10 anyway, but if you can get up early and kind of be ready for the day by 7:30, 8, then you will get in the parks early and get on a lot more rides that way. So definitely make use of the magic hours. My next tip would be to use 2 different Disney apps. The first one is the Disneyland Paris Park app, which basically shows you all of the wait times for every single ride in both parks. So it basically just saves you time trying to figure out how long the wait is or walking to each individual ride, and it just means it's a little bit more convenient and you can do it while you're eating breakfast and stuff like that. It's just very good and very on the go. And also there's another app called the Line Bertie app, which I don't really understand, but Holly tends to use it, and basically what that is if there is a meet and greet with a really big character, so Mickey Mouse or Minnie Mouse, you basically go on this app at 9:45 in the morning and you kind of hold your spot for the queue, so you haven't got to stay in that queue for say 2 hours. You basically go and do your own thing, and when it says you're next in the queue, you walk up to the queue, you get in this smaller queue, and you're in and out of there within 20 minutes. And it's really good. It's very popular now, so it's becoming more and more difficult basically to get yourself a slot. So if you're good at it, definitely keep using it because it's a very good way to meet the big characters. My next tip would be to make sure that you are having breakfast before you go into the park. Now the reason for this is that there's not really many places for you to get breakfast on site in terms of actually in the Disney parks. Obviously you've got things like Starbucks and McDonald's, but in terms of in the park you only really have the big character dining meet and greet places to get a proper breakfast, and they cost about €40. So if you want a cheap cheerful breakfast, go to McDonald's, go to Starbucks, or get your own breakfast from the hotel, which is what me and Holly are doing this time. We have got the bed and breakfast style situation, so we've not got dinner, we've just got breakfast. But we had that the first time, we didn't have it the second time, and the first time we found it was a lot more beneficial because we were full for more of the day. The last time we went we were kind of snacking throughout the day because we were really hungry, and we spent a lot more money on food. So if you can, have breakfast before you go in the park. And my last tip for this video would be to, if you have a photo pass, take it up to the counter and have a little look at your photo before they scan it, because what they can actually do is crop out all the people that aren't with your party in the photo, but as well as that, things like Space Mountain, Thunder Mountain, all that kind of thing, they can actually put little characters over the other people in the photo, so it's just you in the picture. So definitely go up to the counter before you put the photo on your photo pass, just to make sure you're happy with it, and they can crop it to size and just make it perfect for you. So definitely do that if you've got a photo pass. So those are all of my tips and tricks for this video. I really hope you guys did enjoy, and do let me know down below if you're heading to any of the Disney parks super soon, because I am so jealous. I've got a month to go and I just can't wait. So do let me know down below if you're heading to Disneyland Paris, Disneyland California, or Disney World, and we can have a little chat in the comments. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you very soon. Bye guys.